Action.
Hi, this is Judy's magic cast on using the new Addi Flexi Flips. Here is your ball of yarn. So you want to drape your yarn with the ball in back and the tail up front. This is your top needle. This is your bottom needle. You want to put it over your top needle. Now you're going to grab the yarn as if you were doing a long tail cast on, but you want your thumb to pick up the yarn that's coming from the ball and your pointer finger to pick up the yarn, the tail yarn. Okay? Again, what you want to do is take your thumb and grab the yarn that's coming from the ball, and you want to take your pointer finger and grab the tail yarn. We want to add stitches to the top needle with the bottom yarn and to the bottom needle with the top yarn. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to swing up, grab a loop with the bottom needle, swing down, grab a loop with the thumb, swing up, grab a loop, down, up, down, up, until you have cast on the number of stitches that your pattern calls for. Here we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. When you've cast on the appropriate number of stitches, you want to turn. So now we have cast on the appropriate number of stitches and we want to start knitting. So what I'm going to do is put the working yarn on the back needle. I'm going to tuck the tail up and hold it under here so I don't mistake it for my working yarn. I'm going to slide the back needle up to the part of the flexi flip where it's just the wire. Now I'm going to take my third flip and I'm going to begin working the stitches on the front needle. It's a little fiddly here, but bear with me, it gets easier. Okay, so I'm going to insert my working needle in, work a knit stitch, work my next. And don't worry, these first few stitches are always the toughest. Work the next stitch. Work the third stitch. Continue working all the stitches on the needle. Okay. Oops. Missed a stitch. Okay. Now, I just worked all of these stitches. I know that. My working yarn's here. I'm going to slide these stitches down to the wire part. Now I want to work these stitches, so I'm going to slide my needle up here. What I neglected to mention about the flexi flips is one side is a lace tip while the other side is a non-lace tip. So I'm going to work these with the lace tip. Okay, so my back stitches that I already worked with my working yarn are hanging out back here. I'm going to work these stitches in the same way. Okay, next row of stitches worked. Now I'm just going to repeat the process. I'm going to slide this up to the cable that's in the middle. I'm going to turn my yarn around, slide this needle, slide these stitches to the end of this needle so that they're ready to be worked. Grab my free needle. Again, I like to use the sharper side, and I'm just going to work the knit stitches. Okay. Then you can see there is the beginning of your toe. So you just keep alternating and working like that.